I want to start by asking you a serious question. I want you to close your eyes for a second and think back, way back. Think back to when you were 7, 8, maybe 10 years old. Do you remember that kid? Do you remember the sheer audacity of that kid? That version of you didn't worry about the economy. That version of you didn't know what imposter syndrome was. That kid just believed. You believed you were going to be a millionaire. You didn't just hope for it, you knew it. You believed you were going to be an astronaut, a professional athlete, a CEO, a legend. You believed you were going to change the world. There was no ceiling. The world was this giant playground and you were the king of the castle. But then, life happened, didn't it? Slowly, year by year, layer by layer, something shifted. The world got its hands on you. Maybe a teacher told you to sit down and be quiet. Maybe a parent told you to be realistic. Or maybe you tried to launch a project and it failed, and the embarrassment stung so bad, you promised yourself you'd never try again. Somewhere along the line, you fell apart. You stopped looking at the stars and started looking at the pavement. You went from, I'm going to run the world, to, I hope I can just survive this week. That shift, that is the tragedy, and I want to help bring you back. Here is the ugly truth that nobody likes to talk about, especially in the business world. We get comfortable with disappointment. It sounds crazy, I know. Why would anyone like disappointment? It's because it is safe. When things don't go your way, when you have setbacks, when the deal falls through, when the relationship ends, it pushes you into a corner. And if you stay in that corner long enough, you start to decorate it. It starts to feel like home. You start telling yourself that average is okay. You convince yourself that aiming high is dangerous because falling hurts. So you shrink. You shrink your goals. You shrink your energy. You shrink your presence. You stop taking up space. But I am here to tell you that this comfort is a trap. It is a slow death of the soul. You know deep down in your gut that you are a successful person. You feel it, don't you? That restless anxiety you feel at night, that isn't fear. That is your potential banging on the walls of the cage you built, screaming to get out. You have to stop being so small. It is not who you are. The central theme for us today is simple, but it is aggressive. It is time for you to blow up. And I don't mean literally exploding, and I don't just mean getting internet famous. I mean expanding your capacity to receive abundance. I want you to reclaim that power you had when you were a kid. In order to blow up, you have to make a conscious, painful decision to reject your current reality. You have to look at your bank account, look at your career, look at your daily routine and say, this isn't it. This is not the final draft of my life. You have to get back to your dreams. You have to understand that you are entitled to greatness, not because the world owes you, but because you owe it to yourself to see what you are capable of. We are going to walk through how to rebuild that belief, how to start from zero, and how to win. But first, you have to decide that you are done playing small. Listen, we are about to dive deep into the blueprint of rebuilding a fortune from scratch. If you are serious about your financial future, do yourself a favor and click that follow button for Solomon's Treasury right now. Don't miss the insights that could change your year. Let me tell you a story about how quickly life can flip upside down. This is real life, not a movie. Imagine this. You are in your early 20s. You are working in a massive family business. Life is not just good, life is perfect. You are doing $18 million a year in sales. Let that number sink in, $18 million. You are personally profiting $1 million a year. You're 25 years old, making $1 million. You have the corner office with the view. You have the respect. You have the title. You feel untouchable. You think, this is it, I've made it. It's smooth sailing from here. This was the reality for the businessman we are modeling today. From 18 to 28 years old, he built an empire within his family's structure. He thought he had the golden ticket, but here is the thing about security. It is often a hallucination. We think because we have the job today, it will be there tomorrow. We get arrogant. We get soft. We forget that the rug can be pulled out at any second. And then the unthinkable happens. It's usually not a slow decline. It's a cliff. For him, it was a fight. Family dynamics are messy, and when you mix family and money, it's a powder keg. He had a massive blowout with his family, and just like that, it was over. He had to leave. He didn't just lose a job, he was kicked out on his butt. He had to start from absolute scratch. Imagine the ego blow. One day you are the president of the company, walking through the warehouse where 40 people work for you, everyone saying, "Yes sir, right away sir." The next day, you are nobody. He went from riches to rags overnight. He rented a new office. But this wasn't the fancy suite he was used to. This was a bare-bones office, probably cheap carpet, flickering lights, a used desk and a chair. He sat down in that chair, in the silence, and realized he had nothing. No staff, no inventory, no ringing phones, just the deafening sound of starting over. It was one of the most devastating moments of his life. This right here, this is the moment that breaks people. When you are sitting in that empty room, stripping away the titles, the family name, and the history, you are left with the raw truth. Most people would crumble. They would fall into a depression. They would blame their family. They would play the victim card for the next 10 years. "Oh, I used to be a millionaire until they did this to me." But he didn't do that. He sat in that bare-bones office and realized something profound. He was the asset. Not the building, not the company name. Him. He realized, I built it once. I knew how to sell then. I know how to sell now. He didn't let the silence break him. He put in the effort. He pushed and pushed and pushed. Every single day he went to that sad little office and treated it like it was Wall Street. It wasn't about what he had lost. It was about the fact that he was still breathing. And as long as he was breathing, he could build. I want to know about your resilience. Have you ever had a moment where you lost something huge, a job, a business, a relationship, and had to start over from zero? How did you handle the first day of the reset? Tell me in the comments. So, how do you rebuild from the ashes? How do you get out of that depression and back to the millions? It starts with a ritual. And I'm not talking about chanting or lighting candles. I'm talking about a pen and a piece of paper. It sounds too simple to work, doesn't it? You want me to tell you a secret crypto algorithm or a marketing hack. But the secret is boring. It's writing down your goals every single day. When this businessman walks into his office, before he checks his email, before he gets coffee, before he looks at social media, the very first thing he does is write down his goals. It is non-negotiable. I am worth X amount. I will close this deal. I am the leader in my industry. It is not a joke. It is a contract you sign with yourself every morning. When you physically write down what you want, you are engaging your brain in a way that typing just doesn't do. You are imprinting your destiny onto the physical world. Why do we do this? Is it magic? No, it's psychology. In order to attain greatness, you first have to believe that you are able to attain that greatness. You have to brainwash yourself before the world brainwashes you. The world wants to tell you that you're average. Your bank account might be telling you that you're broke. Your past failures are screaming that you're a loser. Writing your goals is how you override that programming. It's how you tell your reticular activating system, that part of your brain that filters information, to look for opportunities. When you write, I am a millionaire every day, your brain starts asking, okay, how? Where is the money? It starts scanning the environment for wins. You have to believe it's possible before you can make it real. You cannot outperform your own self-image. I know what you're thinking. But Solomon, I've failed before. I've tried this positive thinking stuff, and I still got crushed. I understand. I understand you had setbacks. I understand everybody does. You think the guy making $18 million didn't have setbacks? He lost it all. He was humiliated, but he didn't let the past dictate the future. That is the key. You have to develop a selective memory. Learn the lesson, remember the mistake, but forget the emotion of the failure. Don't carry the shame. The shame is heavy. You can't run a marathon carrying a backpack full of rocks. Drop the rocks. Stop looking at the rearview mirror and start staring through the windshield. Writing your goals daily forces your eyes forward. It forces you to focus on the destination, not the car crash you just survived. Be honest with me right now. Do you write down your goals every single day? Or do you just think about them? If you don't write them, why not? Let's talk about routines in the comments. We need to deprogram you from a Hollywood lie. Everyone is waiting for their big break. You know what I'm talking about. You are waiting for that one viral TikTok that changes your life. You are waiting for a rich uncle to leave you an inheritance. You are waiting for an investor to swoop down from the sky and hand you a check for $10 million. I am here to tell you, it does not happen. There is no such thing as a big break. The businessman in our story, he never had one. He says it clearly. I never had a big break in my life. His breaks came one sale at a time, one phone call at a time, one handshake at a time. It is a slow, grinding, unsexy process. If you are sitting on the couch waiting for the universe to deliver a package labeled success, you are going to be sitting there until you die. You have to stop waiting to be discovered and start building. Success is not a lottery win. It is construction. It is laying one brick at a time. You have to build little successes every day. You have to get a win in the bag. What counts as a win? Anything that moves the needle. Maybe it's making that scary cold call. Maybe it's working out when you're tired. Maybe it's posting that content even though you think it's not perfect. Maybe it's just organizing your desk. It doesn't matter how small the win is. What matters is the momentum. You need to verify to yourself that you are a winner. When you stack small wins, your confidence grows. And when your confidence grows, you take bigger risks. And bigger risks lead to bigger rewards. But it all starts with the small, boring stuff that nobody claps for. Let me give you a concrete example from the transcript that blew my mind. He was talking about a sales call he had last week. He's looking at a potential deal, and the profit on the table is $6,000. Now, for a guy who used to make millions and who aims for $20,000 deals, $6,000 feels small. It feels beneath him. His ego started whispering, "Come on, man, we're big time. We don't get out of bed for $6,000. Say no." But he stopped himself. He said, "No, we are going to do the deal." Why? Because $6,000 is a win. It's money in the bank. And he did the math. If I do 10 of those small deals a month, that is $60,000 a month. That is $720,000 a year. Who are you to say no to that money? Who are you to let your pride block a deposit? Too many of you are tripping over dollars trying to find gold bars. You have to suck the juice out of every opportunity. Do the small deal. Take the small win. Build the wealth. Don't be too cool for profit. What is a small win or a small opportunity you have been ignoring because you are waiting for something bigger? Are you letting your ego block your cash flow? Tell me below. I need you to look at the front door of your house right now. Seriously, visualize it. Is anyone knocking? Is anyone walking up the driveway with a briefcase full of cash and a contract that says CEO? No, nobody is coming. Nobody is knocking on your door. This is the hardest lesson to learn. You are on your own. The world doesn't care if you succeed or fail. The world is busy. The world is noisy. If you are passive, you will starve. If you are waiting for permission, you will wait forever. You have to get back into the zone of finding opportunities. You can't be a gatherer anymore. You have to be a hunter. You have to wake up every day with the mindset that you are going to go out there and take what is yours. I love the language he uses here. It's not soft. It's not manifesting. He says you have to go into the world and grab those opportunities by the neck. It's visceral. It's aggressive. It implies that the opportunity might try to run away. You have to tackle it. You have to bring it into your sphere of influence, and you have to hold on tight. And once you have that opportunity, you break its neck and suck the juice out of it. Okay, that's a little graphic, but the point is clear. Squeeze every ounce of value out of everything you do. Don't just do a job halfway. Dominate it. Don't just meet a client, turn them into a fan for life. Don't just post a video, engage with every comment. Be voracious. A lot of you are paralyzed because you don't know the perfect next step. You wake up and think, I don't know what to do today. His answer? Good. Figure it out. You don't know what to do next? Good. Bet on yourself. Pick up the phone, go to a conference, send an email, make a post, do something. Action is the cure for fear. Action is the cure for doubt. When he was sitting alone in that empty office, he didn't wait for the phone to ring. He made videos. He put his energy out into the world. He said, I need people to know who I am. Why? Because if they don't know you, they can't pay you. Visibility is the first step to profitability. Get loud, get active, get moving. I want you to commit to one aggressive action right now. Not tomorrow, today. What is one thing you are going to grab by the neck today? A phone call, a sales pitch, a video? Write your commitment in the comments. This journey is not a sprint, it's a marathon through mud. There will be days when you are exhausted. There will be days when the no's pile up and you feel like quitting. That is normal. But that is when you have to do the work of re-inspiring yourself. You have to be your own battery charger. You cannot rely on me or this video or your spouse to keep you pumped up. You have to source that fire from within. You have to remember that life is long. I know everyone says life is short, eat the cake. And sure, time flies. But in business, you have to play the long game. You're going to be working for decades. If you had a bad year, or a bad bankruptcy, or a bad decade, it's just a chapter. It's not the whole book. Zoom out. Stop panicking about today and start building for the next 10 years. It is time to bring you back. I want to bring you back into your power. You know that you are capable of more. You feel it in your bones. You have to start believing in yourself again, even if you are the only one who does, especially if you are the only one who does. You have to look in the mirror and see the person who believed they would be a millionaire when they were 7 years old. That kid is still in there. That kid is waiting for you to stop being scared and start being legendary. Don't let your past failures get in the way of your future successes. Learn from the failures, step over them, and step into your power. Because you, my friend, are a powerful person. So what is the plan? The plan is simple. You are going to wake up tomorrow and write your goals down. You are going to ignore the silence of the phone, and you are going to make the calls. You are going to take the small deals, and you are going to stack them until they become a mountain of wealth. You are going to stop waiting for a big break, and you are going to start breaking down doors. You are not going to say no to money. You are not going to say no to success. You are going to rebuild, one brick at a time, one win at a time. The past is gone. The future is unwritten. The pen is in your hand. Now go write a masterpiece. If this message woke something up inside of you, I need you to do 3 things right now to lock this in. First, hit that like button. It helps this message reach other people who are stuck in the trap of playing small. Second, comment, I am powerful below. Seriously, type it out. Claim your new mindset. And finally, share this video with a friend or business partner who needs a reality check. You've been listening to Solomon's Treasury. Now go get wealthy.